get-go, and they never really stopped falling. We'll have the details when we do the numbers. Project for the BBC World Service for the past couple of months, trying to find the answer to this question. How do you make it in this global economy? They've been to China, and Nigeria, and Germany trying to figure it out, and we'll have a couple of stories from here in the States in a couple of weeks. Today, though, we go to India. 9 out of 10 workers there, better than 90%, work in what's called the informal economy. Cooks and drivers and maids and street vendors. People who get paid in cash, doing jobs that could evaporate at a moment's notice. So, to answer the question again, how do you make it in a global economy? From Delhi Marketplace, David Weinberg explains.
Sri Ram sells papaya. He has a small wooden cart, 5 feet by 3 feet, and his business is simple. He buys papaya from a wholesaler and sells them to individuals in a neighborhood market. But in 2010, something happened that altered the course of Sri Ram's life. That year, India hosted the Commonwealth Games. Ram and the other vendors who sold in the market near the stadium were told by the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, the MCD, that they would be temporarily removed from their location, but they could come back after the games were over. But after the games, the MCD said Ram and the other vendors' licenses had been cancelled.
उसके बाद जब जैसे हमने
So what happened was they went to the MCD to take up this issue that why our licenses have been cancelled. So those people told them that to keep coming. They kept telling them that okay, fine, we'll tell you tomorrow, And finally they told them, fine, we'll give you your land back. You just have to pay 1 lakh in bribe.
The bribe that the MCD demanded, 100,000 rupees, was at the time about $2,000. Just to put that in context, Sri Ram makes about $1,600 a year selling papaya.
So these guys all got together and they collected 30,000 rupees. So when they gave them 30,000 rupees, they made a form addressed to the police saying these guys are legal vendors. Let them sit there and let them sell their food.
And at first, they were allowed back into the market. But when the vendors failed to raise the additional 70,000 rupees for the bribe, the authorities bulldozed their stalls. And because Sri Ram and many of the other vendors also lived on site, they lost their homes. Stories like this one are common among street vendors in India, according to NASFI, the National Association of Street Vendors of India. NASFI has roughly 500,000 dues-paying members. It has succeeded in having legislation passed. It provides low-interest loans to members, offers training, and organizes street food festivals with the Ministry of Tourism. It also helps vendors fight extortion. In other words, it creates a safety net for these informal workers. Here's Arvind Singh, the head of NASFI.
You talk to any vendor on the way, they'll say they'll give to police, they give to municipality, they will give to traffic, they will give to the shopkeeper, they will give to anybody and everybody. Whoever gets an opportunity extorts money.
So how do you stop a situation like that?
One is definitely the organizing. If they're organized, that acts as a deterrent.
And organizing is exactly what Sri Ram and